Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be breaking down on how we got these car shots for a commercial project. These shots were for a commercial piece where the music artist is driving around his neighborhood with a friend. We like to add a lot of unique angles to our pieces to make our work stand out. So besides the coverage from inside the car, I wanted some of the exterior shots of the car as well. I'm going to be looking at the pre-production process of how we got these car shots specifically, because I found a lot in these videos that this is not a subject that's touched on, and I would like to dive in it a little bit more to give a little bit of context about this project. The shots I had in mind specifically were the camera hanging off the side of the car pointed towards the rear, and the camera mounted on the hood for a symmetrical frame. In terms of the car I had in mind, I spoke to the artist and he wanted something similar to what he shot his album cover for a song on. Something in the era of the 60s to 80s, but with a convertible roof. With my needs and the talent's feedback, I sourced a 1966 Ford Galaxy convertible from a local picture car vendor. With an open communication to the vendor of the shots I wanted to get, as well as who was driving the car, the route was planned in a local neighborhood and the proper permits were acquired. Prior to planning the route, I location scouted a couple local streets and found a block that had a straightaway that would suit the commercial. I was looking for something that had a lot of trees as well as a neighborhood vibe that would suit the mood I was going for the commercial. During the location scout, I made sure where the sun was going to be setting. In this case, the background of the shot, so the car would be backlit. And the app that I like to use on location scouts is called Sunseeker. With all that information, we planned to shoot in the evening, set up right before golden hour, and get all the rolling shots as the sun is beginning to set. Now, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is car rigging and how we achieve these two shots specifically. The kit I use for this setup is the Hydra Alien kit by Tilta. Now, I absolutely love this piece of gear because it is relatively inexpensive for the quality that you get, and it helps you achieve some pretty cool setups with some extra pieces of gear. In addition to the Hydra, I also purchased this tripod bowl attachment, and this is specifically made by Tilta as well to use on the Hydra system. It has their same mounting points, and this just gives you the versatility to mount your camera tripod and point it any direction you want for these specific car shots. I like to test out any setups the best I can in a controlled environment, and that's exactly what I did in my studio. I used the table as the hood of the car, and then I used the table leg as the side panel. On the actual shoot day, I took the needed safety precautions in terms of safety chains, as well as ratchet straps if anything did go wrong. Nothing would have gotten seriously damaged, but more importantly, no one would get hurt. Speaking of ratchet straps and safety points, I find it difficult to find mounting points on cars specifically, so what I use are these trunk anchors. These are typically used as anchor points of roof racks of cars if you're mounting a kayak or something like that. And what you specifically do is you can put this between any trunk, hood, or door, and it gives you a non-invasive way to actually mount to the car. These will be linked in the description. They're very useful and very affordable. With that, we mounted the system to the car and attached the camera in an inverted setup. For this production, we specifically used the red Komodo, and it was completely stripped down just to save on weight, and it was paired with our lightweight Nikon vintage cine-mounted lenses. For these two shots specifically, we used a 20mm f2.8. I had a wireless feed of the camera and I sat in the back seat and did a couple lengths of the road I designated for this shot. As we were shooting this, I got a few takes of just the car as well as the main talent having his arm in various positions, as it would give me a variety of shots in the edit. The same concept was used for the hood shot. I just had to rig up the Hydra in a more basic configuration rather than the inverted setup. But in this setup specifically, I had to lay down in the back of the car so I could direct the talent in the same way. For the other shots in the sequence of the car specifically, we set up the camera in a handheld configuration, and I simply sat in the back of the car and shot a variety of interactions between the main talent and the driver. And that's how we did it. We just wanted to showcase how we achieved getting these shots on a super tight budget. Usually these shots are achieved with a massive trailer setup with a 30-person crew. We just wanted to showcase that a lot can be achieved with minimal budget and crew, as well as planning out everything with proper pre-production. If you want to see more videos like this where we dive into our rigging process, or if you want to see a breakdown of this whole commercial project, let us know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.